Welcome to My Block Therapy. I'm your host, Anthony, and it's November 7th, 2023, and we're going to discuss voting, the election day, and how people of color, black people in particular, don't take it as serious as they should, especially on these off years outside of the presidential election days. Growing up, we always talk about, growing up, the myth was, voting is not gonna get us anywhere. It never gonna work. It's never gonna work, and this and that. And you always get these false prophets on social media talking about that voting. I'm not gonna vote, and he suggests we don't vote. Not realizing, black people not realizing that white people are voting. They're voting for their interests. They're selecting people that see the same things that they're interested in themselves. They handpick those people. They invest into those people. We need to do the same. We need to find people, trustworthy people, as trustworthy as we could find, that have our same interests aligned, who want the betterment of our community, our neighborhood, our hood, preferably people from our hood, that really wants to do right. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, it was crazy, having debates with schoolmates, saying, repeating stuff that they heard on television and stuff like that. And fortunately, I had parents and friends from my block, one-to-one, that knew that voting would help if we did it correctly. We're already at a disadvantage because black people are only 13% of the population in the United States, which is about 40 million, approximately 40 million people, and out of 366 million people in the United States. So we already at a disadvantage, but where we are a majority in areas, we need to have representation, strong representation in every facet of the government, if we want change in our areas. There's been too many times that, kids getting killed because, officers in the area that don't come from this area, are patrolling our streets, telling our kids what to do and hurting them in a lot of cases. Such as Mike Brown, 2014, Ferguson, Missouri. He went to a local store, and picked up some cigarillos, and he was accused of stealing it. And the person from the area, I guess, didn't value his life. The police officer that went over there didn't value his life. He shot him over a pack of cigarillos, even if it was even if he did steal it, which I don't know if it was proven or not. To kill somebody over a pack of cigarillos is outlandish. It's ridiculous behavior. And until a mob of protesters went to Ferguson, Missouri, nothing would have happened. And Ferguson, Missouri has approximately 71% black people in their town, 21% white. 71% people don't have representation in Ferguson, Missouri. Didn't have representation in Ferguson, Missouri. And it was a white mayor, and he didn't think it was time to act when that event happened, when that kid was killed for cigarillos. Too often we just let things go by, and And we always preach stuff that doesn't make sense. Okay. Currently, I live in a suburban area, and the percentage of black people isn't, too high, right? And what I do see on voting years, which is every year in November, is white people in line. I mean, late 80s, consistently trying to keep their way of life the same. If you want to make change, you have to vote. And you have to select the people that we're going to elect. So it starts from the beginning, and we can't listen to these false prophets that go online and do this politricknology, I mean, it's just crazy to me. I don't understand. And when I spoke to my father about it, he said to me, he's a Jamaican man, but he said, common sense isn't always common. I mean, I don't understand how you don't understand that people are voting every day. So if it was just like that, why are they online? Doesn't that make sense? You know what I mean? Why are they online every voting time? Every election day? We need to do better. And especially in these times, that's not the presidential election. Because we elect the mayors, we elect the district attorneys who do the sentencing. And black people are, for the same crime, get double the time. This is what we need. The judges, the mayors, the chiefs, the town councils. I mean, it's just crazy how people, there's no big lines now like it was in the presidential election. And you got to realize government, even if we elect the president, black people, he has to go through the Senate and the Congress in order to get anything done. So if we don't elect the Senate and the Congress, which is like now, or the people that actually impact our lives right now, nothing is going to help in your day-to-day life. Everything is going to remain the same no matter what president is up top. Okay, that's what we're talking about today on My Block Therapy. And I'm Anthony, My Block Therapy, My Block Podcast. Peace.